Hi, I'm working on video number 3. Many of you know this variation or concept of around the world stretch. So what I like to do is work the hips and legs and stretches that encompass all different facings. So follow along with facings as best as you can. Be creative and have fun. All right, let's go. We'll start off with right leg facing forward. We'll call this supported low lunge, and we breathe. We'll hold each stretch about a set of 16 counts, and ideally each stretch held about 40 seconds. And then we'll move into an inner thigh stretch and stay here. So long extended leg, making sure top knee is facing ceiling. Now we're going to roll on over. I'm going to scooch my leg out, but you could leave your leg there for a jazz split facing forward. Then from jazz split, we're going to take front leg into a pigeon, ideally right angled front leg. Now from pigeon, we're going to go perhaps into full split, otherwise stay in pigeon for another set. Some dancers like to arch back in the split. You could also stay in pigeon and take an arch back. If you're choosing to arch back, make sure it's sternum to the sky and beyond, as opposed to something that overexerts the lower back. All right, from here we're going to find a fourth position sit and then reach on up. Hand is up above the head. You can gaze at the elbow up above the head, or you may look towards the floor, whichever your neck needs. And release it down. We're now going to take back leg, swing it all the way around in front, and find a seated spinal twist. Any bind that you wish to take that's available to you is fine. Make sure you're spiraling head around to the opposite diagonal of your knee. Now today from seated spinal twist, we're going to come into Parsvottanasana. So right leg is in front, knee is straight, back leg long, slightly turned out, which we would say in dance, turned in, you would say in yoga, but the heel is, it intersects the back arch of the foot. Taking hands to the floor, either in fingertips or palms down, and chin to knee, chin to shin, kissing shin. All right, from here, prop up, stand up your hands. We're going to send leg back to plank. Excuse me, not plank yet, downward facing dog. Making sure there's energy through your entire spine, energy down the backs of the legs, pushing floor away equally with hands and legs. And now, as mentioned before, we'll come into plank. So if you need to inchworm feet back slightly, but do connect shoulder blades into serratus, side armpits, side lungs. And now after holding your plank, we're coming to side two. So we have left leg now in front, supported low lunge, either flat or in fingertips. Make sure you breathe deeply in every single shape, and then rotating around into inner thigh stretch. Remember that position of that knee is facing ceiling. so leg is turned out. Perhaps if you have tight Achilles or plantar fascia, this heel might be lifted. Otherwise, heel flat. Depends on your body. Don't force anything. All right, from here we rotate into our jazz split. And then bringing your foot around, sending back leg back into pigeon. Remember, front leg should be at a right angle. Now you may stay in pigeon, arch back in your pigeon, find your splits, or arch back in your splits. You choose. Letting fascia open up slowly. Breathing deeply, shoulders down the back. Then finding your fourth position, sit. Reaching, stretching up and away. Adjust my angle. Remember, you can look up at the elbow or down at the floor. And release it down, taking top back leg, wrapping around to seated spinal twist, giving a hug on in. Two sits bones reaching for the floor, adjusting the spine so you can rotate fully towards the opposite direction. From here, unwinding into Parsvottanasana. Remember, front leg is parallel, back leg turned on a diagonal. Coming forward, chin to shin, nose to knee. Ideally, two legs straight. If you're not there yet, hands can be propped up, or hands can be on shins, or even better, two yoga blocks. All right, from here, press back to your downward facing dog. Again, remember to connect shoulder blades into the back, wrapping triceps down, pressing hands and feet away, connecting energy at the core, excavating the core. And gently release knees down, like my hood, child's pose. Knees apart, big toes together, letting the shins elongate. Using hands, arms to actively press sits bones back to the heels. Remember to breathe deeply. All right. Now, I like to do these stretches in the middle of my technique class or at the end of technique class when the body is already warm. I also know that some of you are runners or have started to pick up running as an outdoor activity. Just know that these stretches are really helpful to help elongate the muscles and try and prevent some of the hip stretching, hip tightness that goes along with running. Thank you. Have a great day. Stay healthy.